You hear me?
Yes, I hear you now.
All
Good
right.
job. Excellent.
Hopefully, I don't know if that caught my mic or not, but
Oh,
if anything, I'll just say it over again. This is the First Inning Radio Show, and we're live on YouTube. And you can follow the BX Bomber 2011 on all social media. And I'm here with Roger, the big Yankee fan, to talk baseball. What's going on, Roger?
hello. Good morning, BX Bomber. We had a little bit of difficulty yesterday. There were some thunderstorms in your area, and we were having some major trouble with your signal. So we're going to give it a try again today and see how we do here. And the Yankees had another strong victory yesterday, 6-3. And I was going to start off. You let me know when you're ready for it. I will do the week in review.
Yes. Actually, right now, what the Yankees are starting to fall apart, kind of, right? With Judge getting hurt with abdominal pain or something like that, or lower pain or something like that, and and uh my man Stanton is out for I don't know how long. You know?
Oh yes, I was going to do that in a week in review. That what happened is Stanton left the game with a pole in his leg, and he's going to be out 3 to 4 weeks, up to a month. So practically the rest of the season, he's going to be out with this strain. It's a grade 1 strain of his leg, and he is going to be out. And Aaron Judge left not yesterday's game. He didn't play yesterday, but the day before, he left in the 6th inning with lower body tightness, is the way they described it. And they said that he rested yesterday and he's going to rest today because the Yankees are off. And they do hope that he will be back in the lineup against the Red Sox this weekend.
Man, yeah, that's right. Boston Red Sox coming into town. Shout out to Theo on the check-in there. And yeah,
Oh,
man.
dear.
Uh, um, um, yeah, he's saying he missed the videos outside of Yankee Stadium. I surely do too, man. It's just they've been on the road, and now they came for 2 days, and now it's scary to go by the stadium because of all the virus situation thing now. So it really sucks, man. But yeah, Boston comes into town. I think they're the worst team in the league, I think, so far, right?
As of right now, Boston is struggling, and the Yankees have 4 against Boston, a wraparound series. They're playing tomorrow, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then Monday. And then the Tampa Bay Rays come in for 3 games after that. And then the Yankees go over to Citi Field to play 3 games against the Mets. And then they go back out onto the road to play Atlanta. And then they come right back home again to play the Mets. And that will cover the rest of August.
Yeah, the good thing about that is they don't have to fly back to Florida or go back to Tampa.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And
Exactly.
and also on good news, yesterday, Clint Frazier hit a home run. You know, on his
Oh, yeah.
debut, back with the Yankees. That's pretty cool.
Yes,
You
he
know?
did a fantastic job. And if you want, I'll go through the games and we'll get the games covered now.
Yeah.
And what happened is last week, since we did our last show on August 5th, the Yankees played a doubleheader against the Phillies. And the in the first game, the Yankees lost 11-7 and Happ struggled with his command, and the Yankees got off to a 3-0 start, and Gardner had a 2-run home run. But the Phillies scored 4 runs in the top of the third, and then it really unraveled in the 6th inning as the Phillies scored 6 runs. And also, Judge hit a 3-run home run in the 7th, and then the Yankees put two more on base but did not score, and they lost the first game to the Phillies 11-7. In the second game to the Phillies, the Yankees won 3-1, and Loaisiga started and pitched 2 1/3 innings, and Green also gave 2 1/3 innings, and Britton closed. Voigt hit a home run. Nola of the Phillies had 12 strikeouts in 6 innings, but the Yankees did score two in the seventh to win the second game 3-1. And in the next game against the Phillies, the Yankees lost 5-4 with Realmuto of the Phillies hitting a 3-run home run, and Neris struck out Judge in a serious spot, and LeMahieu and Tauchman singled, but the Yankees lost that game 5-4. And then they went on to play the Rays, and they had a 1-0 loss to the Rays. And Perez of the Rays had a sacrifice fly in the eighth inning, and that was all of the scoring. And the Rays won 1-0. In the next game, the Yankees won 8-4, and Cole had a good game. And Martinez hit a 2-run home run, ending Cole's outing. And Cole had 10 strikeouts. And Judge, Stanton, and Ford all homered in that game. And then in the next game, and then against the Rays, Stanton exited with the hamstring, and he will be out for a month. The Rays won that game 5-3, and the Yankees gave up 9 walks in that game. And Voigt had his fourth. Voigt had a home run, and the Yankees rallied in the ninth, but came up short. And then in the final game against the Rays, the Yankees lost 4-3. They had a bad series against the Rays, losing 3 out of 4. And the Yankees scored 3 runs to begin the game. Paxton pitched well, but gave up a home run. And the Rays won in a walk-off against Britain in that game, 4-3. And then yesterday, not yesterday, but the day before, the Yankees won 9-6 against the Atlanta Braves when they came back to Yankee Stadium. And Montgomery pitched a good game. Voigt hit a 3-run home run. Judge hit a massive blast, and an excellent Yankees 9-6 win over the Braves. But there was sloppy middle infield play between LeMahieu and Gleyber Torres. And then in yesterday's game, as you were saying, Red Thunder had 3 hits, including a home run. And Gary Sanchez also hit a home run. And the Yankees had a strong 6-3 victory with Tanaka pitching over the Atlanta Braves. And the Yankees are off today now. So the Yankees are at 12 wins and 6 losses in first place. And that is the week in review.
Yeah, man, we're getting lucky, man. I'll tell you that much. We're getting lucky because there's a lot of teams on fire right now, man. You know,
Right.
especially like the Cubs on the other side. You know, we have to ever face them. Man, it's gonna be bad. But the Yankees, I think the Yankees pretty much have the Eastern Division locked down, though. You know.
But except the Rays are right there. Remember, the Yankees had a bad series against the Rays down in Tampa. They're not going to have to go back to Florida. They tend to handle the Rays better at Yankee Stadium, but don't count the Rays out. But the Red Sox have been playing rather bad baseball, and the Yankees are very powerful at home. And with the expanded playoffs, I'm positive the Yankees will be in the playoffs. You know, there's 16 teams making the playoffs this year, so I have no worries about the Yankees in the playoffs, and I think they will be strong enough to win this division.
No, it's true. They truly have a possibility of dominating it. Right now, like Tampa Bay is only a game and a half behind, but Baltimore is 2 games behind them as well. But
Right.
Baltimore is not that great of a team anyway. So eventually, they're gonna flake out. And yeah, and like you said, the only team is really Tampa Bay that can give us a run for the wild card, which in the wild card standings, Tampa Bay leads #1 in the wild card. So
Right.
so eventually it looks like we're gonna have to play them anyway. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be us and Tampa Bay at the end. Because remember, there's only how many weeks left of the season? 4 weeks.
Well, until September 27th, so about 5 weeks.
So you're right. So you got 4 weeks there. Uh, 4, 5, 6 more weeks. 6 weeks, let's
Right.
say, altogether. So that's not a lot of time, you know, to actually lead in any division. Like this race was meant to be taken out of the gate and ran with. You know what I mean?
Right.
And let me see versus division.
Yeah, as it is with the expanded playoffs, all first place teams and second place teams in each league will make the playoffs, and then the teams with the number 7 and 8 team will be the teams with the best record, respectively. And 8 teams will make the playoffs. And the number 1 seed will play the number 1 8 seed, the number 2, number 7, number 3, number 6, and so on and so forth. And
Right.
that's how the first round will be played.
Right. Right now, the one with the best record in baseball is the Oakland A's.
Right,
They're 13-6. You know, and we're in 12-6, and Minnesota's 12-7. So I think those are gonna be the heavy hitters right there. Minnesota, New York, Oakland, and Tampa Bay's trying to get there too.
right. As of right now, the division shows the Yankees in first place at 12 wins and 6 losses, as you said. The Tampa Bay Rays are second at 11 wins and 8 losses. The Baltimore Orioles are at 9 wins and 7 losses. The Toronto Blue Jays are at 6 wins and 9 losses. And Boston is in last place at 6 wins and 12 losses. And I do see out the American League West that the Oakland A's are in first place at 13 wins and 6 losses, with Texas in second place at 8 wins and 9 losses. And Houston is down at 8 wins and 10 losses. So that is something there. And of course, in the Central, Minnesota is leading at 12 wins and 7 losses. And it looks very strange in the National League to see the Miami Marlins in first place at 8 wins and 4 losses in the National League East. And of course, the Chicago Cubs, as you're saying, they played a few less games because of coronavirus outages, but they are at 12 wins and 3 losses. And the Rockies are ahead of the Los Angeles Dodgers in the National League West, but only by a half a game. The Rockies right now are at 12 wins and 6 losses, and the Dodgers are at 12 wins and 7 losses.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Michael Caputo on the check-in.
Oh, hi,
Uh,
Michael. Good to see you. Thank you for taking interest in us.
yeah, man. He's saying that we need Judge back. You think Judge is gonna be back by Friday?
As of right now, they were not saying anything that it was anything serious. What happened is Judge was taken out of the game against the Braves in the 6th inning, and they are just describing it as lower body tightness, and that's all they are describing it as of this point in time, unless there's been more news this morning. And Aaron Boone, as a precaution, kept Judge out for yesterday's game, and he's going to have today off too because the Yankees have today off. And Aaron Boone expects Judge to be back in the lineup for this weekend against Boston.
No, yeah, absolutely. You know what? I think it's from all that sitting around. You know what I mean? Because I
Also,
think,
remember 4 games on the turf in Tampa Bay.
yeah, that too. But I think there's a lot of sitting around. Remember, they had to fly back from Tampa, and I'm pretty sure they're not allowed to leave on their own and stuff like that. They have to leave as a group. So there's a lot of waiting around, and I'm sure those type of things is gonna, you know, mess your back up, you know, or tighten it up,
Right.
or stiffen it up or something like that. That's a fact, especially riding them buses, because they were taking the train to Baltimore and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure they flew back home from Florida, you know, but still,
Right.
it's like, you know, then you have to get bussed, you know, to the hotel or wherever you have to go, and you have to safely, you know, get back home. There was a kid from, I forgot what team it was. I think Chicago Cubs. He went partying in Chicago. He left the hotel room. Now he got suspended from playing. I forget his
Oh,
name, man. I just saw a little clip of that. I don't even know where I can find it right now, but I think it's Texas Rangers player or club or, but he went partying in Chicago. He left the hotel room and he got in trouble for that. So people are taking it serious. You know, now they have those coronavirus officers now, you know, making sure that they follow procedures and stuff like that. But still, I see guys not wearing masks in the dugout and stuff like that, you know?
Oh, yes, yes, it is. You have to take the most protocols as possible, and you have to be as careful as possible. And if people are irresponsible, as we have discussed in the past, the United States government had a terrible, terrible response to the COVID-19, and it is really running rampant and out of control here in this country. And the United States really looks like an embarrassment in comparison to other countries. So the players have to take the utmost precautions to be as careful as possible because this virus is out of control. And so far, so good that they are able to continue the season. I don't think the Cardinals have got back to play yet, though.
I don't think so.
You know,
Um, I don't think so yet. They're going through some issues over there too, you know.
right?
But at least if the teams stay in their bubble, you know, and take it seriously, you know, they can get by it. You know, I haven't heard any problems in the NBA or NHL hockey yet, not to my
No,
knowledge. You know,
no, I haven't. I haven't.
it's only been baseball so far. That guys have been actually. I haven't heard anybody test positive lately, right? In
No,
baseball, I
not
haven't heard.
recent.
No, the last I heard was Soto about a week or 2 weeks ago, and Washington D.C. wouldn't let him travel with the team or something like that. But I think that might be the last player that I actually heard that had got it. You know, so it might be calming down, or they have it down. You know, where they have it safely. You know, protocol that they can do these things. You know,
Yes, yes, and except for the Cardinals, who still have not played, but the Yankees are doing a very good job. I mean, Chapman lost his sense of smell and his sense of taste for a while as well, and he is just very thankful that he did not pass it on to any of his teammates or his family members, and he is getting himself ready and should be back soon.
so you talking about Giancarlo Stanton?
Chapman, Chapman,
Oh, Chapman. Yeah, we definitely need him back in the rotation. He's gonna definitely help the team, man. You know, they could definitely use Chapman on those seventh inning games. You know what I mean?
right?
Those double headers. He could pitch 2 games in one day. I don't see a problem with that, and bust it out. But at this point, we need Chapman to come back, and that's the only guy other than Stanton and Judge that are hurt. Well, he's not hurt,
Right.
but out, out for whatever reason. But Stanton is like, man, I don't know, man. We got another more 7 years with this guy left. We got 7 years with him, man. So, uh, um,
He played a grand total of about a week and a half, and boom, now he's out for a month again.
that's like every year, man. It doesn't change. If it's not one thing, it's another. You know, and I don't understand
Right.
why the guy gets hurt. You know, and then you know how the Yankees are. Once you get hurt, they send you down to Florida for vacation. You know,
Yeah.
You go to Tampa for spa treatments and all that, and then you come back in
Right.
2 3 months with a suntan. You know, perfect skin. You know,
Yes. Yes.
it,
He you just you can't count on Stanton. I mean, he managed to play about a week.
nah.
Boom. I saw the play that he hurt himself. He was just running the bases. That's all. And boom, he pulled the muscle, and it's a grade one strain, and he's out for a month. So at this point, he'll be back about a week before the season is due to end, if he's even able to make it back in that period of time.
Yeah, it sucks, man. I always said it, man. They should be working out in the off season, and they shouldn't be lifting any weights or any of that stuff during the season. You know, it should just be
Right.
all normal stuff, normal running and throwing the baseball. You know, maybe some light weights. I could see that, but not no like P90X or something like. You know what I mean? Like these guys go outrageous with hitting the sledgehammer against tires and stuff like that. You know, they don't need to go that crazy with it. You know?
Oh, yes. Well, they do some major strength regimens. They do some
Mm.
major strength training, and they all do. And John Carlos Stanton actually did lose weight this year and slim down, but he's still very muscular. But he got himself in fantastic shape, and he wasn't ready to play during spring training 1.0 or back in March. And he would have been out for several months there. Then he finally gets himself healthy, and the Yankees finally start playing, and he plays for a grand total of a week, and boom, he's out for a month again. It's almost where we see John Carlos Stanton on the field, and we're wondering if okay, he may play this game today and maybe tomorrow, and always waiting for him to get injured at this point.
Yeah.
And to a certain extent, the same thing with Judge, you know. So we will see how. So we'll see. Hopefully, Judge will be back tomorrow night.
Right. Michael is making a great point. Um, he's saying that technically Aaron Boone is covering up for Judge, pretty much lying, saying that he's okay. Really, he's not. You know what I mean? So,
Oh, yes. Well, there's just really been no information. We don't know what kind of shape he's in. They're just calling it lower body tightness,
right.
and other than that, they're not saying anything. So he said he's expecting Judge back for the weekend. So we'll see what happens tomorrow night against the Red Sox.
I think he'll be back Friday. I think he's gonna play on Friday. I don't see why not. I hope so. You know?
Right. I mean, he has 9 home runs now.
Yeah, that's equivalent to like 30 home runs in a season or something like that.
Oh my goodness. Well, let's think about it. The Yankees have played 18 games. Yeah, exactly. The Yankees have played 18 games, and he has 9 home runs. So in a 60 game season this year, he might, if he kept this pace up, he would hit 30 home runs in the shortened season.
Yeah, that's what because MLB Network they were saying that guys aren't gonna hit a lot of home runs, and they were saying that if they average it out, you know, to a scale, that like 12 home runs, 11, 12 home runs would equal to like 35 home runs in a season. You know what I mean?
Right,
But he's
right.
already hit
Because
nine, so
of a 60 game season.
yeah, so it's like equivalent to like 25 home runs, 30 home runs already. You know?
Well, oh yeah, it's incredible. So I mean, but Clint Frazier looked very good in yesterday's game. And also DJ LeMahieu, I forgot to mention him. DJ LeMahieu had 4 hits yesterday as well, and he really lives up to that nickname, the Machine. That's for
Yeah,
sure. DJ LeMahieu.
La
The
Máquina.
Yankees really have to. The Yankees really have to extend him or get him signed because they signed him to that 2 year contract, and this is the final year of that 2 year contract, and they definitely have to get him re-signed.
Shout out to Natural C. He says, salute to the first inning from Buffalo, New York. True Blue fans
Oh,
from
thank
coast to
you.
coast. Absolutely, man.
Thank you very much. Thank you for taking interest in
We
us.
try to bring you the best of what's around Yankee Stadium. You know, currently right now, man, it's real hard to make videos around Yankee Stadium because there's nothing to report. It's sad, man. It's like I'm gonna be showing you the same thing, like, and I don't want to do that. You know what I mean? So
Right.
it's like, wow, it's like it's terrible, man. I thought opening day would be a lot better than what it was, you know, with all the people, and now it's like yesterday, like if you go around the stadium, you wouldn't even know there was a baseball game going on at all. You know what I mean? There's nothing that says the Yankees are playing. Like you would never know. That's how crazy it is, man. So it's like, you know, what do you report on? You know, so I
I
guess
saw the I saw a little news clip that the businesses are suffering around Yankee Stadium because of the lack of fans being able to
yeah.
come to the game. that
Yeah.
Yankee Tavern and Billy's Sports Bar and all of the merchandise stores are suffering quite a bit and they're struggling to stay in business.
Yeah, I mean, even the sports bars, there's nobody in the sports bars. There's
Right?
nobody in the sports bars. I mean, they have the makeshift outdoor seating that they put in the where the cars park at outside in the sidewalk and stuff. And
Hmm.
there's nobody sitting there. There's nothing going on, man. It's like maybe the bar might have the maximum 10 people in it.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, really, it's we're having a horrible year with multiple crises happening, and we have this terrible pandemic taking place, and people really cannot get together. I mean, this virus is running rampant in this country, and the United States has handled it in a horrible manner, by far the worst of any other modern nation in the world. And
Yeah.
people just cannot get together, and it is just far too dangerous. And people can get it, and there is reports that the COVID-19 can affect the heart as well, and people are very apprehensive about getting together.
Yeah, that's why like when I go down there, I try to stay in the middle of the street. Like I try to report from the middle of the street or something like that. Like I don't even really want to go in the bars because or watch the game from there because like since I work in the school and everything, I have to go back and I don't want to be testing positive for anything. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Then I have to be quarantined from some stupid time. You know what I mean? And then I got to miss work, you know? And
Exactly. As I was saying, I'm still holding out a slight bit of hope of being able to come up and see you in September. But my immediate family, is not crazy about the idea of me traveling up there this year with everything that is happening, because I would have to travel from the eastern panhandle of West Virginia on the train into either New York or New Jersey, and be within the train and be within the train stations and be on the
yeah.
subway system. And my family members, my mother is a older woman, and so she is susceptible, as an older person, and they do not like the idea of me bringing something back. So the chances of me being able to make this trip in September are rather low. I'm holding out hope that it might be possible, but in all probability, we won't be seeing each other until springtime.
Yeah, I
Uh,
totally understand, man. I've been lucky myself. We were lucky to get the motorcycle in time when we did, and we didn't have to take the train and all that stuff.
right.
So, and I don't still have to take the train and go back to school again to go work again. So that's a good thing. So hopefully, I can stay away from being contaminated. That's the whole thing, you know?
Thank goodness we have this great technology, and you and I are staying close friends, from
Yeah.
long distance away, and that we're still able to do things together. And this is what the world has become now. It has become the Zoom world. It is the Zoom world now, where everyone is
Yeah.
communicating on Zoom, and this is how we are staying in contact because of the terrible virus that is taking place.
Yeah, that's what how it's gonna be. But I mean, they're gonna have to let us back into Yankee Stadium one day, and that
Right.
day I'll be there. And I'm gonna run around that whole stadium. I'm gonna do circles. I swear to God, knock on wood. The first game I go back, I'm gonna do laps around the whole stadium.
Yes, yes. Well, Yankee Stadium like the back of your hand, and I'm sure you'll get in and get a big pretzel with some mustard.
And I'm gonna sound like Daffy Duck doing it. You know when he goes cuckoo, he goes hoo 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 hoo
Right.
hoo hoo, bouncing
Yes,
off the walls. That's gonna
yes,
be me.
exactly, exactly. So we'll see. I mean, this virus situation is very unpredictable, and I mean, it is a very serious thing, and it could still be going on next year as well. I mean, this is why we cannot predict anything. We don't even know how next year will be. I see that the Yankees are trying to sell season tickets for the 21 season, but no one can make those type of plans now.
Yeah, they say if you buy your season tickets now, you get free COVID testing.
Oh, wow,
No,
wow. But
I'm only kidding. But that'll be a
yeah,
good one though, right?
yes, no one can make any type of plans. I know the Yankees are desperate, and but no one can make any type of plans right now to be buying to. I mean, first of all, we have 40 million people, or close to 50 million people that have applied for unemployment at this point in time. We have a financial crisis. We have an economic crisis. We have a conviction crisis happening, and major problems. No one can make any plans to buy season tickets for the Yankees.
Yeah, I totally understand that, man. One idea I have, what I think they should do, maybe for all places, uh, get a sponsorship with Lysol, right? And what
Right,
happens is when you go through the door, right, of the stadium, when you go through the doors, it has like a little mist of water and Lysol, and you go through the mist. That way, it could kill anything that you have on you, at least, and you can walk in sanitized at least. And then they hand you a little wipey, which after you get your ticket stand, and you go on
oh
with your
yes, well
business.
they will. I mean, even if the fans are allowed in next year, I doubt they will have full capacity. I'm sure that this virus, I mean, there's talk of this virus becoming endemic, and the
Well,
way that this current administration has handled it, it's an embarrassment and disgraceful. And I'm sure this virus will be going on next year, and I don't think they will have full capacity even next year at Yankee Stadium. Maybe it might be enough under control where they can have a certain attendance, but I still don't even see full capacity next year either.
well, that's the thing. Here's a question from Nature C. Do you guys really think they will play the entire season?
Oh well, once again, we cannot predict anything because things are changing. A half hour from now, things can change, and with the way that the virus is running out of control, and all kinds of things happening, that nothing can really be predicted. We will hope that they will be able to play the whole season, but it is very precarious and very unpredictable, and there is no way of knowing for sure what will even happen tomorrow.
Yeah, man, that's the thing. What we do know is right now, the Yankees have to worry about the trade deadline that's gonna happen August 31st. You know,
Right.
um, Michael Caputo made a great statement saying that the Yankees need another starter. You know,
Yes.
and I think it would be best to have another starter as well because I think the Yankees have the best bullpen no matter what in baseball, in my opinion. Any of them guys could strike anybody out. But it's these starters, man. We're going with that problem again. Same thing with Hap and Paxton. You know what I mean? It's like we can't.
Paxton's last start was decent until he gave up that home run. He actually pitched a good game against the Rays, but then he got hit as the pitch count went up and gave up that home run. So Paxton is up and down. Paxton can have some good starts, and Paxton can have some rather bad starts. But I do understand that possibly getting another starter might be a good idea for the Yankees. Thank you, Michael, for that statement, and we'll see what happens on the August 31st trade deadline.
It sucks that we don't have Severino. That's what we're really lacking is Severino. We're really lacking him right now. Because all the other guys are great. But we're lacking. In two spots there.
Yeah, Severino. Hopefully, Severino will be back next year. He will be after having the Tommy John surgery, and he is another 98 mile per hour fastball pitcher. And I've noticed there are so many pitchers in the major leagues now that are throwing 95 miles per hour and above. It is almost, I heard that the average fastball velocity for a major leaguer, say about 5 to 10 years ago, it was averaging about 90 miles per hour for a fastball. But now the average fastball velocity is 93. And there are so many pitchers. I mean, you see them coming out of the bullpen one after another, throwing 96, 97 miles per hour.
Yeah.
And it's incredible how many hard throwers there are in the game now.
Well, one thing I've noticed is that they're learning on twisting their body. And a great example of that is Chapman. Chapman does that the best. That's the best example you get. Is a real twist there. So when they throw the ball, it's a twist with that body there.
Well,
Before,
torque,
yeah,
torque,
they right. It's before it used to be all elbow. You know, they used to throw the ball with the elbow,
right.
and it's just to turn with the elbow and throw it type of thing, and throw it down hard. But now it's more of the twist of the body. You know, and you know what's important too, um, that they spring off the mound with their
The
leg.
lower body is very important. Important.
Right,
Nolan Ryan used to work very hard on his legs.
right. So what they're doing is with their pitching leg, they spring off the mound with that. It's kind of unnoticeable in real life, but if you notice, they're pushing off with their leg. They're like literally jumping, like springing off, and then the twist at the same time, you know, and then the elbow work. Wow, that's how you get that 93 miles an hour fastball, you know, and
Oh
and
yes,
and what it seems like is they're cloning that training, right? And it's like you do that type of training and you become a major leaguer. You'll be throwing that hard, like, you know what I mean? Like, you have to train that way to be that way.
well, there are pitching academies now, academies where they are training power pitching. They are training through windups and different types of training. They are training power pitchers. You will see quite a bit of it on YouTube, where they will show the different training academies where they are producing these power pitchers.
Right. Yeah, the number one place like that is Dominican Republic. They have an academy down there where they take those kids from young. They go to baseball school. They can't play baseball if they don't do well in school. And that's how you
Right,
get these major leaguers coming out of. That's why there's so many Dominican players in Major League Baseball, because they're coming out of this academy that way, you know, and they're popping them out like cars on an assembly line. You know what I mean?
right,
Fully
right.
equipped, you know, fully equipped,
Exactly,
you know.
exactly. But anyway, I do have to say that my equipment is running a little low. I did not get it charged before we started our show today. So hopefully we've done about a half hour, but we might have to call it a little short today because unfortunately I did not have my equipment charged enough.
Cool, man. We can definitely cut it short, man. I have to definitely get my way back to Yankee Stadium again, man. I didn't go back yesterday because it was raining, you know, and
Right.
that was the and then um well, the last 2 days it was raining, and it was over here it was pouring like unbelievable, man. And then they got to play that game yesterday, but I'm pretty sure that
Yeah.
field was wet. You know what I mean? So hopefully it's gonna rain all day today. Good thing they have off, and hopefully I can go back to the stadium on Friday for a live stream real quick. You know what I mean?
Sounds great.
Yeah. So they just have to stay safe, man, and not get sick, man, and with that virus, you know. So that's the only thing,
Right.
you know. And then the Yankees could win this championship, man. Hopefully they can steal it, you know, because that's what they're gonna have to do,
Yes.
you know.
Yes. So we have a big series coming up against the Red Sox starting tomorrow night.
I mean, in my opinion, the Yankees are still the best team in baseball, but
Right.
it's like we just have to make it to the playoffs. You know, that's the only thing. We just got to get there, and then we'll work our way from there. You know what I mean? One step
Exactly.
at a time. One. Let's do one out at a time. You know, and then
Right.
we'll get there. You know, because the Yankees got it already, man. I think they should have been dominating, man. They lost some stupid games, but they should have won all them games, in my opinion. You know, but
Yeah.
you can't win
Yes,
them
they had a
all.
bad series in Tampa Bay.
Yeah, that was terrible, you know. But now that they're back in Yankee Stadium, hopefully they can, you know, get back to business again like they were last night, hitting back to back home runs and all that. you know. So
Right.
yeah, we need to just win the division, like Michael Caputo saying, and oh, Nature C says great show, looking forward to make uh life chance and content. You guys do a great job. Yeah,
Oh, thank you so much, Nature C. This is very nice of you. We're just regular fans like you guys. And BX Bomber is great with technology and loves to do things with YouTube. And Nature C, if you go to BX Bomber's channel, you will see he has vlogs from every single Yankees home game, just about every
yeah,
single Yankees home game from the 2019 season. And you will really enjoy them where he is in Yankee Stadium. And I'm in 9 of them. And we also have a game against the Brooklyn Cyclones as well. And he has great vlogs from the 2019 season if you go to his channel.
yeah, man. I'm still gonna continue that, man. It sucks that can't go nowhere and show anything. Everything's closed, and
It's been a horrible year. We
yeah,
have
it
multiple
really has.
crises happening, you
It
know.
really has,
So
man.
we have to be very thankful that we even have baseball to see on TV. We could very well not even have that.
Yeah, man. That's a fact, man. At least we're lucky to even be talking baseball right now. At least,
Exactly.
and we're still going through the same problems. Guys getting hurt and this and that. Same old guys getting hurt. So hopefully we're gonna have to do it without them, like always. You know.
Exactly.
But I guess we can end the show there. You know.
Yeah, I hate to say it, my battery's on red.
All right. So I want to thank everybody for watching. Go to our Twitter page, our Instagram page, and follow us there. Hit us up there. I got to talk to you guys on the check-in later on, and hopefully the Yankees go on and win, man. So anything else you want to say before we go?
Oh, well, I want to say thank you to all the guys that are taking interest in us. Like I said, we're regular fans like you, and BX Bomber's just very good with technology, and we like to do some fun things with the Yankees on YouTube. And thank you for paying attention to us, and we appreciate it.
That's it, man. So so long everybody, and we'll see you on the next one. Thank you for watching.
Take care.